but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, the tundra may not quite be frozen, but it's getting there as we work our way through December. The radar today than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden, and Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They've been cooking these last couple months, winners of 7 of their last 8 games.
And if you extrapolate that out to a full season, they'd be 14-2. And anyone in the NFL today would sign up for that.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes that actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. Fairly short kick, taking it to 14 here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Packer offense led by number 12, Aaron Rodgers. And the Pack in an unfamiliar position this year. They have not made the playoffs for 2 years running. 6-9-1 a year ago. And now with a new head coach in Matt LaFleur, no guarantee certainly that they'll play meaningful football in January this year. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Geronimo Allison, the target there. And it's 2nd down. And now the offensive starters for the Packers.
It's tough to be an offensive lineman in Green Bay because their quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, knows how to keep plays alive and often extends them for 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds. But David Bakhtiari, his left tackle, he does it as well as anyone could ever expect. Excellent footwork. Knows that the plays are going to stay alive for a long time. Often will get 2 or 3 blocks on the same play.
Time for a look at our starters here on defense. Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
So prepping for this game, I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And?
Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
Open man is Allison, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a gain of 16 and a 1st down for the green and gold. On 1st down, Rodgers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again, Rodgers. And eventually he's taken down here. Great coverage downfield, resulting in the sack. Leonard Floyd in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And, Charles, part of the reason they lost last week, they didn't have a single sack. Well, they changed that quickly.
But did they ever? And it was something they talked about with us extensively. They needed to get pressure. How were they going to get to the quarterback? Obviously, they schemed themselves into a great play, didn't they?
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the Pack up on 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Complete to Jones. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. So here come the Bears under second-year coach Matt Nagy. They'll be led out by the number 2 overall pick in 2016 from North Carolina, Mitchell Trubisky.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 14 yards into Chicago, first down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll run with a third-year man. This is Tariq Cohen. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From the 41, Trubisky. And this is Gabriel on the catch. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
Like that?
Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, to have that dagger play, to have that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Double tight, guys, double tight. 3 down, 3 down.
First down, a run with Cohen. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal.
Single, slot.
Throwing here, Trubisky. Rolling to his left. He's going to take off with it. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. And let's take a look at the Bears offense.
And a big key is going to be how can these wideouts create separation from the defensive backs, because we've seen some early success in the passing game in this one, and that's going to need to continue.
Second and goal from inside the 5. Now the third-year back out of Texas, Deontay Foreman. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting third and goal.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
Yeah, they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
On third and goal, Trubisky. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Taylor Gabriel, his third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it culminates in a touchdown for Chicago. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Now come the Packers for their next drive as we take a look at the playoff race in the NFC coming into the weekend. And for them, it's no longer a question of will they make the playoffs. They've clinched the division title. The question, can they hold on to that number 1 seed?
And this is where the mental fortitude comes to play, doesn't it? Because now you're not just the coach talking about it, this team talking about it to each other, supporting each other, carrying each other along, because having that number 1 seed means everything in the NFL.
It does. So even though the division title's clinched, shouldn't take the foot off the gas.
No, not at all. Play it all the way through. And I think we've seen that in recent years in the NFL. The teams that play and play to win each.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Trevathan. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And he was plus 5 seconds there with a football. Is there a time that a quarterback has to get rid of it?
Somewhere generally around 3 seconds. So just like we're playing in our turkey bowl, right, in our backyards, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, that ball better be gone because anything past that, that's usually the end result.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll go with their leading rusher from a season ago. This is Aaron Jones. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football. But that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The screen good for 6, but it's not enough as it leads to a 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, fun on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Here's Trubisky to throw. They'll roll him out right. And now he's going to use his legs. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. From the gun, it's Trubisky. He'll run it. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a 1st.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier in this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there at 21 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
They'll throw on 1st down with Trubisky. That's complete to the tight end, Saubert. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Trubisky gives to Cohen, and he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Time to look at the defensive starters for Green Bay. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator, because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit, but facing the #1 rushing team, they have to stop that in order to have a good performance.
They'll go with Foreman. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now, and he will fight his way in. Not giving up there, and he's got a Bears touchdown. Tariq Cohen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. As the Bears push further out in front. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
The extra point up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And it's right about this time of year you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
And I think for most teams, the obvious is to try and be the #1 or #2 seed. But when you look at it across the league and throughout the history of trying to get to the Super Bowl, the teams you really fear are the ones that get hot and sometimes sneak in at a 5 or a 6 seed, because we've seen those teams actually get to the Super Bowl and occasionally win it.
Yeah, you think of the Giants a couple of times. Steelers have done it. You're right. It has happened and will happen more in the future, I'm sure. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line. The numbers for Jones last week: 23 carries, 72 yards.
Well, he's the #2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to #1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. We didn't get that.
They'll try and run for it with Jones. And Jones is not going to have the first down as they stop him short. $14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Green Bay. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. And this offense led by Mitchell Trubisky going to make their way back out there. A big reason why they've been so successful, this defense hasn't been able to contain him when he gets outside of the pocket.
So true, and that's what is really difficult, because defensively you can have a game plan and try to account for all the things you've seen on tape, the way that they run their plays, even his running. But when it's a play where you just can't really say, okay, that's how the play's supposed to go, what they call broken plays, that's when the X and O doesn't work. That's when their Jimmy is better than your Joe.
First down for the Bears, a gain of 15.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
One play has him to the 37 here for first and 10.
What? I ain't never seen this shit, but this is crazy.
Now
There's
again,
a show
right
called
side,
My Big Fat Gypsy Wedding.
and a 6-yard gain
It was
gets
twin
him right
brothers that
around the
committed
43.
suicide together.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Trubisky will throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Trubisky will come up here first and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. Now Trubisky. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
You wanted the Raz Solo, baby.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Preston Smith comes in for the sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. Out of the gun, Trubisky. He can run for it, and he will. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 40.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a first down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
So into Packer territory now. Here's first and 10, right at the 40. Pass from Trubisky taken in by Gabriel. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. While he gets attended to, we'll step aside. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
You must be getting tired of seeing me.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The Bears on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. This throw caught right around the 6.
Hey, man, what?
Let's go.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Tariq Cohen with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as the Bears push further out in front. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And it'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 21-0. A 10-play drive that time, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
It's a gain of 16 and a first down for the green and gold. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
One play has them up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. It's caught here by Adams. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. There to make the tackle, Khalil Mack. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Rodgers. And this is caught. It's Jimmy Graham. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 20-yard line.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now you can run anything and catch the ball, as we just saw there.
If there was one area that the coach emphasized in our pregame meeting, it was red zone offense.
In a sense I got from it, I think you did as well. They weren't real happy with how they were executing previously, so they put a lot of time and effort into it, because getting points is paramount. Doesn't matter what you do otherwise, don't leave the red zone without putting points on the board.
Another nice game, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Now Jones. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. To throw is Rodgers. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The Packers on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Rodgers now to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Boy, such a good drive. You'd hate to have it end in 3. Do you think about going for it?
Absolutely. I mean, the fact that they've moved the ball so well should lead you to the decision that maybe we should go for it right here. Also, as a head coach, show some confidence in your team. Let them know you think they can go get it.
And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. And the deficit drops now from 21
really on the trail
down to 18. So it's an
Right.
old-school extra point that counts 3 times. So it's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points.
Doing some of his legs, too. He's going to have baby legs.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
Hey.
Coming up later tonight, Sunday Night Football, a good one in SoCal. The Vikings and the Chargers from Dignity Health Sports Park. Coverage at 8:20 Eastern, 5:20 Pacific on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, say, you want me to get out
Here's
this bus,
Trubisky.
nigga.
And this is incomplete. Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Murder for this, did you
Now it's Trubisky.
Did you prep it?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Clark
Did you zoom in?
record his 5th sack of the
Yeah, have to
season.
prep it a little bit.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget.
Yeah, it's the photos, though.
What you laugh?
After that sack we just saw, Trubisky and the Bears deal with a 3rd and long. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 18 yards on that one, and Chicago has the first.
That is sitting in that chair for like 4 hours.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On first down, it's Cohen. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Second one, could have left again.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky, and this one's incomplete. He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, and it'll bring up 3rd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he gets this to the 48, but no further. Well short of the line to gain. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone,
you know the name of that song?
you see him pointing, communicating, there he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Okay, Gruden.
This is a way and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
Hey, man. Hey.
Out comes Davante Adams in the offense for their next drive. You would have to think they're going to make it more of a priority to get him the football. You're losing here in the 2nd quarter, and he's been really quiet.
I think all we have to do, and it's too bad we can't actually see the actual play sheet now from the coordinator, because he's looking down at that and saying, okay, do I put him in different spots? Do I try and isolate him?
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked. Leonard Floyd has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now it's Rodgers. His throw incomplete. Davante Adams, the intended receiver. But now it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. To throw, it's Rodgers. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And now a fair catch called for and taken just outside the 40-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Bears take over. The Bears offense led by Mitch Trubisky heading back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They hope to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot. Maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. And he's going to keep it here.
By,
he'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
2 yards, good enough for a first. Now Trubisky to throw. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he's got this down to the 35. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. On first down, Trubisky. And he slings one that's incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now it's Trubisky. It's complete to Robinson. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 23. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Trubisky now 14 out of 70, 82%. And it's 1st and 10. Got a man. It's Patterson, complete. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Looking to throw again, Trubisky. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. 3rd and 2, now Trubisky.
And partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right, got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, he couldn't turn it into much more. These type of plays are backbreakers for a defense. They thought they had him hemmed in, thought they were going to get him on the ground with the pass rush, but were unable to do so. He gets away, picks up a big first down, and sets up 1st and goal inside the 10.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We start up at Ford Field. Detroit playing host to Tampa Bay. And it's the Buccaneers who are out in front, with that game closing in on halftime. Ronald Jones has a touchdown run. From there, we'll head down to Charlotte to check on the Panthers at home at Bank of America Stadium. And they trail in that ball game to the visiting Seattle Seahawks. 2 touchdown passes there for Russell Wilson. Lastly, let's check in at our nation's capital. See what's happening with the Redskins at home at FedEx Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Philadelphia Eagles. Dwayne Haskins has thrown a touchdown pass. In our game, it's been Mitchell Trubisky, who's looked sharp thus far. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
And that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this 3rd quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The safety, Adrian Amos, comes crashing in for the sack.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Throwing here, Trubisky. Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. Room to run past midfield. And he gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down. Not only another first down, that also puts him over 100 yards rushing.
That's not something you see very often in the NFL. We see it more in college. But I think with more of the melding of the college game with quarterbacks, we'll see this a little bit more often in the future.
That nigga said, I'm tired.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even...
Quick pass out to Miller. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Trubisky, he's going to take off. Now Trubisky lost the football, and the Packers pick it up. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
So good field position for the Packers as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Here's Jones. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. That one on Brian Bulaga. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. Shotgun now for Rodgers. The pass complete to Ryan Grant. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Rodgers, and Adams has it complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Well, officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Now Rodgers. Brought in over the middle by Grant. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer 1st down. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Leonard Floyd in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. This is Jones. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
They'll run it with Jones. Give him 2 on the run. They need a lot more than that coming up here on 3rd down.
44's Mike. Check. Come on.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers. Open here is Allison. That's complete. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Geronimo Allison with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers make some inroads here on that deficit. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point up and good by Crosby. And it makes the score 21-10.
Mm-hmm. Oh no. Oh.
You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play it back. You tryna go be. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top on the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the red dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you're tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. You got it on. Smash.
Trouble keeping up with the Joneses? It's the coach. This is the 2019 season on EA Sports. Straight ahead, Aaron Jones, no picnic a week ago. He's looking for another big game, as it'll be the Chicago Bears taking on the Green Bay Packers. With that, let's get up to Green Bay, Wisconsin. Standing by for the call from venerable Lambeau Field, here are Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Chicago Bears. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They come in riding high, just one loss in their last 7 games.
It's a very focused team, very disciplined. They've kept the penalties to a minimum, and they're winning football games.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
Yeah, nigga. Go. Let's go. Oh. Come on. Man, that's trash.
What you need, Andy? Gonna be your free, get it over, the feet.
Who got this? Go. I gotta keep up with me. About 2 people chilling, bro. What the fuck are y'all doing out there, dude? Fuck out of here. Schroeder? Go. Yeah, we having our way. Start. What are you doing?
Huh?
It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Number 12 in green and gold coming out to lead the Packers. Of course, that's Aaron Rodgers. Last year for Rodgers, despite the young receiving core, despite the nagging injuries, despite the removal of his head coach, better than 4,400 passing yards, the second highest total in his 14 NFL seasons. On first down, Rodgers. Complete to Jones. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down. And this offense often hinges on one of the best tight ends in the league, and that's Jimmy Graham.
I think he made up for lost time when he got to the NFL because in college, he was mainly a basketball player, a defender who couldn't score. Now he's flipped it around in the NFL. Every time he touches the ball, he's a threat to score.
Throwing again on second down. Rodgers. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
I think if you talk to their head coach, you'll get a nice answer about how much he likes his team and what they're doing. But at the end of it, he would admit there's definitely room to improve.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Rodgers. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. A nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. The numbers for Jones last week, 23 carries, 72 yards.
Well, he's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes a leading rusher.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. And that'll make it 3rd down. Throwing is Rodgers. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eddie Goldman in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Oh, the Bears break through, and they block it. And they are going to take possession of the football. So now here are the Bears with excellent field position to start off. They'll be led out by their 6'2" QB out of North Carolina, former number 2 overall pick. It's Mitchell Trubisky.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
Now Trubisky, and he fires one incomplete. Trying to get it to Tariq Cohen out of the backfield. And that'll bring up second down. And now a look at the offense for Chicago.
So let's all work together on this one because it's natural to just watch the football. But I want all of us to watch the center of this offensive line, the center and the two guards. They've got to be able to control the point of attack, and they didn't do such a good job on that last play. Plenty of opportunities to redeem themselves. They'll have to take advantage of that and start to make progress.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. Time for a look at our starters here on defense. This unit coming into this one ranked number 20 against the pass in the NFL.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but they have any hopes of making waves in January. They've got to improve in this area.
On third down, Trubisky gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him?
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Kenny Clark able to record his 5th sack of the season. I know some of the talk after last week's loss was the O-line struggles. They gave up 4 sacks. He got hit here and taken down again, so that's something to monitor.
It is something to monitor, but they've got to help their offensive line out. Maybe a little bit different play calling, right? Draws, screens, get the ball in the quarterback's hands quicker, maybe some quick game passes. All of that to try and help slow down a pass rush and make things easier on their offensive line.
To try again after the sack. Trubisky out to his left. Now he'll pull it down. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3. But now it's third down. On third and goal, Trubisky. He may try and run for this. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
After the field goal, on to kick it away is Pinheiro. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
No!
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Rodgers throwing quickly out to Adams. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. It's a first down following a gain of 3.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And he finds his tight end, Graham. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes us 2nd and 9. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Rodgers going to throw. It's caught here by Adams. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Rodgers now on 1st down. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. Rodgers again here on 2nd and 10. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he gets it down to the 32. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. And he finds Jimmy Graham. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. 2 former All-Pros connecting. Rodgers fighting his tight end Graham. Packer first down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short. Blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
Rodgers now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. On play action. Now Rodgers. And Lewis has it, the tight end. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Out of the pistol, the give to Jones. And he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. On 3rd down, here's Jones. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
They come out here in the eye. So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Green Bay touchdown. Aaron Jones, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Packers have taken the lead.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Crosby with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And the last play in the drive was a touchdown run by Aaron Jones. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down. Now a fake on the give here as they try to run pass option. This is Deontay Foreman, a man who missed nearly all of 2018. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the shotgun is Trubisky. This is caught by Robinson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Here's Trubisky to throw. He finds Robinson. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. Draw play here. Trubisky gives to Cohen. He will push his way down to about the 14.
Offside defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Now they'll try to take advantage of that offsides call. Here's 1st and 5. Now Cohen. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. On 2nd down now. Foreman. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. From the gun, it's Trubisky. He'll buy some time right. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago. Tariq Cohen, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bears have retaken the lead. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Point after, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
Let's go.
And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
He's going to air one out, and this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. From the gun on third down, Rodgers. And Graham's got it, complete. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Okay, shit, I never fell before.
Here's J.K. Scott now. On for his second punt. And remember, his first one was blocked.
100%.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
Let's go, baby.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 13. Sliding out of the pocket. He can run for it, and he will. Pretty solid gain of 7 yards that time as he scrambled, but now they face a 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Tyler Irvin back deep. That'll be a 48-yard punt, 1 yard on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 11 yards and a Green Bay Packer first down. Now a draw play. This is Jones. Eddie Jackson with a tackle. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And his throw here's incomplete. The Packers on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Rodgers to throw. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense. Just flooded the field with defensive backs. Blanketed everyone. Took away all the passing angles. Thus, the incompletion.
In my brand new life. Let me hold that, brother. Knock that nigga up, boy.
Here's J.K. Scott now. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now, this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10. Throwing on 2nd down. Trubisky. Robinson's got it. And a big play there on 2nd down, but we do have a flag on the field. This is in the area where it might be coming back. Umpire through the flag usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
A good positive play there, 9 yards, but still 3rd and long. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Anthony Davis not your favorite player? No. Dude.
Had to pass there. 3rd and long on your own side of the field. Just couldn't come up with anything.
That's why teams always talk about having to win the early downs, meaning you've got to gain yardage and set yourself up for 3rd and short, because when it's 3rd and long, the odds go down significantly trying to pick up the 1st down, even throwing the football.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks, because then the defense has the advantage.
Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. Now Rodgers.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
2 minutes remaining in the 1st half. 10-7, our score. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Rodgers on the money to the tight end, Graham. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards the pickup, first down. That catch in his career is number 662, and that's significant because it ties him with Hall of Famer Ozzie Newsome.
Yeah, who was a wide receiver at Alabama before he transitioned in the NFL. And we're seeing similar attributes here because the ability to play inside, outside, flex out, he can catch it from any position and turn it into a big play.
Now he's got his eyes on 700. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Open here is Allison. That's complete. Then he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back.